Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This is series 3 of our take-home exercise videos. We're gonna start with that core bracing. We're gonna start laying down on the ground with our feet under our knees. We're gonna first take our hand and notice how there's space between my lower back and the floor. I'm going to tuck my pelvis, right? Zip my zipper, feeling my abs engage, my lumbar compress into that ground. I'm going to release and repeat, squeezing, tucking my pelvis, feeling that cold ground on your back. You're going to aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15. Go ahead and pause your video before completing those movements. The next exercise is called a core brace with no hands. This is focusing on core strength. We're going to lay down on our mat. We're gonna first pelvic tilt, so I feel my lumbar compress into that ground. I'm then going to elevate my knees, so I have a 90-degree bend in my knee and my hip. I'm going to reach forward with my hands, bringing my head off the floor, focusing on keeping my lumbar down. I'm going to inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth. Constantly reaching forward. I would suggest you use a timer in this. Go ahead and pause your video. Aim for 4 to 5 sets of 10 to 15 second holds. The next exercise is called an all fours straight leg kickback, focusing on glute engagement. We're gonna start with our hands directly under our shoulders and our knees directly under our hips. We're gonna start with our right leg, extending it back, making sure you have rounded your pelvis under and you're not pushing your butt behind you with a big arch in your back. I'm then going to activate my glute, squeezing, elevating my leg ever so slightly off the ground, so I'm only feeling the movement in my glute, my butt. Breathing through the movement, keeping your eyes down. You should feel that in your glute, maybe a little bit of hamstring. Go ahead and pause your video. Aim for 15 to 20 reps on both legs, 2 to 3 sets through. The next exercise is called a prone hamstring squeeze. So what we're going to do is use an object that's kind of squishy or easy to manage to hold between your feet. I'm going to use a typical couch cushion. So what we're going to do is lay on our belly. We're going to place the pillow or the object that you found between your feet, right? Holding it. You're going to then cradle your head in your hands. You're going to dig your hip bones into the ground, squeeze your butt, and lift your legs ever so slightly, making your priority to squeeze the object. Squeezing the object. We're gonna aim for a 20-second hold. Go ahead and pause your video. Aim for 3 to 4 sets of a 20-second squeeze. The next exercise is called a side plank breathing drill. We're gonna start with our right side. My right elbow will be down directly under my right shoulder. My left hand will be supporting me on the floor. I'm going to be in a cradled position, right? So my knees are 90, I'm nice and scrunched up. I'm now gonna rock forward using my left hand as support in my knees, so my hips come off the ground. I'm now focusing on creating a U shape with the right side of my body and opening up the left side. We're now gonna focus on our breathing. We're gonna inhale through our nose comfortably and trying to feel the air fill up the rib cage on the left side of that body. As I exhale through my mouth, I want to feel the right side of my body compress down on itself. Take your time with this. Go ahead and pause your video. Aim for 3 to 4 breaths on each side of the body. The next exercise we're going to go over is a wall hug. This is working on shoulder blade retraction. We're going to stand against the wall so you're feeling the wall on your back. Leaving your shoulders forward, you're then going to hug the wall by pushing them back into the wall, feeling that cold surface touch your back and your shoulder blades. Bringing your chest forward, you're going to then relax. See the opposite, right? My shoulders have come off. And then I'm going to push my chest forward, bringing my shoulder blades back, feeling that wall against. I'm going to show you from a lateral view. This is me normal, and then I'm going to retract my shoulder blades, hugging that invisible wall, pronouncing my chest forward. You're going to aim for 15 to 20 reps of this, 1 to 2 sets through. Go ahead and pause your video before completing. The next exercise is called a wall-supported toe hold squat. This is working on ankle, hip, and knee mobility. This is a great exercise for just about anyone. What we're gonna do is find a wall. We're not gonna stand directly next to it because we need to be able to get our hips below us. So what we're gonna do is take a little bit of a step off, and this might take a couple attempts to figure out the right distance for you because everyone will be a little bit different. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna hinge at my hips, leaving my knees straight, grabbing my toes, then I'm gonna drop my hips through the hole, leaning onto the wall, right? Taking some time, maybe rocking around in your hips a little bit, using that wall for support, feeling your ankles, feeling your knees, feeling your hips. When you're ready to come up, go ahead and use the wall to help you come up out of the movement. Go ahead and pause your video. Aim for at least 4 to 5 of these, 2 sets through. The next exercise is called a toe splay. This is to work on gripping the floor, that tripod position that we work on teaching you. What we're going to do is we're going to spread our toes as wide as we can. We're then going to kind of go down onto the floor with that distance between our toes and then squeeze the entire foot off the floor, leaving the toes and the heel on the ground. You're going to try to squeeze for 5 seconds, relax, reset, widen that foot, put those toes down, squeeze those toes into the ground as you're lifting up the entire foot off the ground other than the toes and the heels. Aim to complete this movement 5 to 10 reps on each foot. Make sure you pause your video before. The next exercise is focusing on trap mobility. We're going to take our left hand up and over our head, pulling our neck, our whole head to my left shoulder. I can intensify the movement by taking my right hand behind my lower back and pressing down towards the ground. I'm going to stay here with some tension and take a couple deep breaths. Go ahead and pause your video before completing 3 to 4 rounds on each side of the neck. Hey guys, this is the last video in series 3. This is focusing on keeping your knees out during squats, lunging, and deadlift. I ask you to go grab an object such as a water bottle, a glass, maybe something that won't break. We're going to hold it between our legs and we're going to set ourselves up for a traditional deadlift stance, meaning my feet will be slightly narrower than they would be for a squat. I'll show you both frontal and lateral view. Keeping my shoulders back, I'm going to grip the floor with my toes, push my knees out, dropping my hips down, tapping that water bottle to the ground, squeezing my butt up, pushing away from the ground. I'm going to show you a lateral view now. Inhale down, tap that ground, squeeze that butt, push that ground away. You're keeping your eyes on your knees since that's the intent of the movement. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Thank you so much for joining us on series 3. We look forward to helping you more in the future.